722 miles to go to Darwin. Not the most peaceful journey that we've had, for sure, but it's been exciting. It's scary opening cabinets. Things are flying out of the cabinets in the refrigerator. You're cooking and your produce is rolling all around. Pots on the stove are sliding. Another exciting tidbit was yesterday we realized that our gibberler was frayed and we had to replace that.
We had a reef in the jib last night, which creates dynamic force. Now it's holding on halfway. So I am gonna change out this line underway with the sail deployed. It's actually the way I need to do it. So that's what I'm doing.
Nate went into our stores looking for some new lines, and we had to pull out about half a dozen lines before we found one that was the right diameter and the right length. We had several that were good candidates, but ended up being several feet too short. So that was a bit frustrating, but in the end, we did find one. We're just trying to stay on our feet with these big waves and these big winds.
Okay, day 6 in the books. 150 miles yesterday, which is pretty good. We are only flying our jib at about 1,572 miles to go-ish. Strong winds, 25 to 30. Saw one ship in the last 24 hours. Just now, it's visible as I get splashed. Notable event yesterday, Megan got a haircut.
She's one great hairdresser, this girl.
I don't know how it goes that.
We got a little cleanup we gotta do though.
Yeah, don't worry. That was a total accident. I'll deal with it.
You know when the hairdresser laughs that you got a problem. Woo! What do you think?
It's good. It's very different and so exciting. Look at that.
I think you did a great job.
Good morning, day 7 in the books. 142 nautical miles yesterday, 1,430 to go. And I am thrilled to report that nothing reportable happened yesterday. It was a quiet day on Scout. We got some good rest and just going along. We're gonna be at the Torres Strait in a couple of days. Things will get livelier, but making miles, doing time.
I just got in the groove of the passage this morning. I'm feeling nice and good. Yeah.
I think I hit my groove yesterday. Feeling pretty good. I gotta go drink my coffee though, I'll be feeling even better. Look at that, Yummy. We just had a wave so big that it came up and crashed on top of the hardtop.
But its height and elevation went over the top.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Before it hit us, it was over the hard top.
Yep.
But then, like, we went up it and then back down.
Day 8 in the books, 141 miles yesterday. Makes it a total of 1,211 miles we've traveled. I think we've got about that many to go. I think we're about at the halfway point. 0 boats spotted. Conditions are the same. I am thrilled to report nothing. Haven't touched a sheet. Haven't done a thing in the last 24 hours more than that. Beginning to suspect that the ocean is a pretty big place. Moving along out here. Think civilization's out there, but I can't confirm it. We're hoping for a little sun today. Would like to get some solar, but don't have it right now, but we're okay. Other than my hairdo, things are going just fine.
It is day 9 of our journey and monotony has set in, except for one thing. Dun, da, da, da. The winds clocked around and we jived. Our Genoa is now on the port side and our wind is coming from starboard. Pretty exciting stuff here on Scout. We did 145 miles and we've got 1,146 still to go. Day 10 is done. We did 143 miles yesterday. We've got 1,003 to go.
We've been going pretty fast.
put up the mainsail. We are sailing on a beam reach. Woo! We are flying along at 9 knots here into the Torres Strait. Woo!
Something we never do.
What's that?
Well, both go pretty fast and sail a broad reach.
Woo!
25 knots. Forward of the beam. Not quite close hauls, but close. So far, so good, I guess. Down 2 starter batteries. I should have bought one in Vanuatu in hindsight. I think I can use my remaining one and connect it across. I got a line going across the hulls, but more stressful than open ocean sailing to me, but things are going okay.
Cool. Oh, it's a double. It's a double rainbow, Eiley.
Blast of the fading light. Long night tonight, I suspect. A little bit nervous about it. Do our best.
I just got a rude awakening from my rest because our main just ripped.
I think the second reef point went. I can't get a good look at it, but that's what I think.
These conditions are crazy awful. The Torres Strait is no joke. I mean, we are getting slammed by these little steep choppy waves. The wind has just been plowing through here, 30 knots. We have a super strong current. The tides here are the most crazy in the entire world, literally. Gonna go try to get the main back up, but this time on the 3rd reef point, just to give us a little bit of extra steerage. The other fun thing is that one of our engines is out. Trying to pull in the slack on the 3rd reef line before I try to raise it. Too much slack in that reef point, but I can't get it in. Let's see what the captain says about that. Is that okay? No. No. I've been pulling and pulling. Okay, I gotta put it on the winch. Okay. This is when you're glad for a tether, I'll tell you that. I'm gonna tighten down that reef point and hope to get some of that slack out. You can see that light blinking behind me. That is a lighthouse marking the reef. It's really close. That is what you're trying to avoid, and the wind and the current is pushing us in there. So we need to get this main up to give us some leverage, some steerage. Ugh. It's times like these that we earn the title of sailor. I am gonna gracefully crab crawl back to the cockpit.
We have a bottom 2/3 of this sail that I'm going to try to secure a little bit. It's going to be a little tricky.
So it was the clue at the 2nd reef point that broke. You want the monkey fist? Woo, nice. Not pretty. But we tied a bowl into one side of the boom. Nate lashed it around the excess sail. Hopefully that keeps the sail from catching wind or flogging around or scratching the solar panels.
It got really tough there getting past a reef. Got into sort of a negative cycle where so the current was pushing me into the reef, the wind was pushing me into the reef. So I kept sliding sideways and having to turn more away from the reef, which was turning more away or into the wind. And so I was losing speed. Didn't totally lose steerage, but like it was definitely a negative cycle happening there. So I threw the engine on, and it was enough to get steerage. We're gonna get by it, but then just then we get these gusts that come through, and we gusted up to 30. Reef in the jib, double reef in the main, but the main the clue popped, as I'm sure Megan walked you through.
It's just where the reef point attaches to the clue on the sail.
So we're kind of on the edge here. One engine is working. We're now down our second reef point. We're at the third. 10 hours to go here, maybe a little less. We'll see how fast we go getting through the strait. We're on the edge. We're luckily it's all shallow water. I debated throwing a hook down. It would have been a very uncomfortable, exposed place to anchor that the Australian authorities would not have been happy about. But I thought about it there. And if, as we get into the real narrow parts of the straits, if anything goes wrong, I'm going to throw the hook down. We're sort of on the edge. Just gave you a little bit of my view. Little white dots flashing on a black screen, not compelling cinema, I suspect. Going through the Torres Strait here in the pinch down part of it. It's been a day. It's been a day. Tired. Going on 4 in the morning. The bright side is there's no other boats out here. There's nobody else is foolish enough to do it at night. Although it's been not bad. Once we've gotten into the lee of the island here, we have a current with us. So I'm not quite out of the woods yet, but it's been okay. Sailing through in the middle of the night, everything's well lit, the charts are accurate. Still, it's not what I would choose to do. Very little sleep. Megan's sleeping now. Hopefully it's smooth tomorrow. I need to just recover on rest, but maybe we'll make it. Boy, a couple hours ago, I was touch and go. Heck of a day yesterday. 151 miles, 852 to go. We only saw one ship, believe it or not. We did see a customs airplane, the first time I've been hailed by VHF from an airplane checking in on us.
So what just happened?
Just got hailed by an airplane. That's a first.
I saw it, yeah.
Airplane.
The airplane, did it get really close?
It got really close.
Thanks very much for those details. We'll pass this on to relevant departments and update our records that you've been sighted. Everything going okay for you down there?
And we went through the Torres Strait. And I went through the whole thing, all the tight spots in the dark. I am tired. I got almost no sleep last night, so I've got to be in recovery mode for the next couple days. The bright side is it is calm here on the other side of the Torres Strait. All that wind that had thousands of miles and not the wind as much as the sea state had thousands of miles to build up from the south is now blocked by the strait of shallow water. So we've got calm, we've got relatively light wind, we're in the lee of the land, we got to figure out what we want to do with the sails, but we made it through. Coral see no more. We're on the other side. This week's Now Thought is life isn't fair. Younger Nate struggled a lot with this. I was great at pointing out life's little inequities. The thing is, it isn't unfair either. It just is. The wind and the waves at sea are a great example. They don't take sides, they just are. Usually we use this phrase as a complaint and tend not to be as good at appreciating when things go our way. But boy, it sure was nice to get some super calm conditions on the other side of the Torres Strait. Life isn't fair, and right now that's fine by me. Join us next week as we make our way across the Arafura Sea and finally make landfall in Australia. But not before we have our most amazing wildlife encounter yet. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.